Chandni Bachman. I've been a volunteer with the Peace Run since 1987, so that's 31 years. Can we have the podium? And if the runners would stay standing up still for a minute. So I'd like to welcome our special guests here in the front row. So Frank Smitty has traveled all the way from Michigan to see his mother be honored with the Torchbearer Award. Your Brookhaven's very own Ann Smitty is here in the front row. We're continuing with another microphone. And then sitting next to Ann is Mr. Bob Sacco. He's got two important roles here in Lexington. He is a former member of the Board of Selectmen, and he is also the owner of Lexington Press, the publisher of this wonderful book. So if you need to publish your autobiography, say hello after the ceremony. And then we have the chairwoman of the Lexington Board of Selectmen, Susie Berry, sitting here with us. And he needs no introduction. Jim Freeling is in the back there. We'd like to invite you to, we have saved a seat for you right here. Please come on up. So, okay, so just a question, like how did all of us old and young people become supporters and promoters of understanding among peoples and nations and world peace? So I would say our parents' experiences. My mother's brother died in the Korean War. My father was a World War II veteran. So it's not just something we thought of, but when we're being brought up by people who have experienced war or have been impacted by it, perhaps their fiance died at D-Day, as did one of our organizers in Chicago, her mother's fiance. Her father was at the Battle of Iwo Jima. So it's not like just random how we came to care for peace, but we were raised by a generation of people who were impacted by losses from war. Perhaps our grandparents were Holocaust survivors. So I wanted to read just one tiny sentence from a book I've been hanging on to more than 30 years. It's My Life Between Japan and America by Edwin O. Reischauer. And I also like to point out that Hirashita is a professor of English is it Tokyo University? Used to be. Okay, now she's in a different university. So Edwin O. Reischauer, some of you may know, is among many things a professor at Harvard, born in Japan, and his conclusion of his life story was, a great deal must still be done to educate people in the United States, Japan, and everywhere else for peaceful participation in a world community. So Ann Smitty is one of those educators who's educated her community and through her book, an extended world community of the need for a peaceful world community. So Ann was a teenager in the Netherlands during World War II. She and her mother and sister survived the Battle of Arnhem in 1944. She saw many sights that are dreadful to describe, and then they became refugees. They stayed with distant relatives. They saw resistance fighters parachute in and hide in the barn. They had to walk away from there and become homeless people. And her experiences by the time of the liberation of the Netherlands led her and her mother to conclude that I'll just read, that war should never happen again. And that's her message of her book, and she's going to tell us about that. So I think that you all have had a chance to meet Ann Smitty. She's lived at Brookhaven 19 years. She's a veteran of Brookhaven. She's a friend of my parents. She has 2 married sons, 5 grandchildren, and she has an important message to share with us. So somebody has the medal to give me? So Anne, if you would come stand just over here. So this is a torchbearer medal. It's given to individuals who have inspired their communities and about the need for peace and to educate other people for peace. So it's our privilege to induct Anne into the community of people who've received the Torchbearer Award. So I'm going to bestow this on your neck, like this. And then if you turn and face here. And then if you hold the torch, and light it, and you come on the side. Let's look at Yatkara, our Ukrainian photographer. Okay, so Anne, would you by any chance like to say a few words to our audience? We have a microphone right here. We have a microphone. Okay. Do you want to put your paper on the podium? Okay.
My friends, when I heard 2 weeks ago that I would receive the Torchbearer Award, I was dumbfounded. I could not believe it. Me? But it was true, and big waves of happiness started to engulf me, and I have been in the clouds ever since. I feel deeply honored. My book, Growing Up with War in the Netherlands, is about a period in my life never to be forgotten. It had to be told to my children and grandchildren, and was in 2016 published. History is very important to us all because we can learn from it to do better. My friends, I am so happy that you came to this event. It is not all about me. It goes much deeper and further. It is for you. Our peace runners are here for all of us. It is their spirit that gives us hope for a better future. Welcome them in your life. Sri Chinmoy, founder of the World Harmony Run, said in one of his books, "There shall come a time when this world of ours will be flooded with peace." Who is going to bring about this radical change? It will be you. You and your brothers and sisters, you and your oneness heart will spread peace throughout the length and breadth of the world. Thank you, World Harmony Run Foundation, and special thanks to Chandini Bachman and Harita Davis, who made this such a beautiful event. Bless our peace runners who do the hard work. And as a remembrance of this day, I give you 6 of my books to share. And I thank you very much. Some of my books are still left, and they are in the back. And if you are interested, you can buy one. And the proceeds of this book goes to the goes to I know it, but I cannot. Yeah, here. Page 2. All proceeds, this is in the book, all proceeds from the sale of this book will be donated to the International Rescue Committee in New York. So, that is my gift. So I will pass out. Yes, you have to share.
Just hold up the books.
We promise we'll share.
Beautiful book.
Can you stay here for a minute? So I would like to read to you what it says on the back of the medal. It says, this is a quote by Sri Chinmoy, the founder of the Run, and this stands for all of us. To change the world around you, give the world what you have, and serve the world with what you are. So thank you so much for being a torchbearer and inspiration for all of us to be the best that we can be. And when we have people like you as example, it gives us great inspiration to go further ourselves. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
The certificate says, the Sri Chinmoy Oneness Home Peace Run proudly awards a certificate to Anne Smitty. Through your life's dedication, your heart's love and selfless service to humanity, you're a shining light to us all, a torch bearer for a better world, our oneness home of peace, joy and satisfaction. And it says another quote by Sri Chinmoy, if we can become good citizens of the world, then the face and fate of the world will change overnight.
Absolutely.
Yeah.